Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry here with another BoLS Battle Report today. BigRed and I are playing some X-Wing where we are going to be testing out some of the new Wave 5 ships. Just came out, new in stores, so we picked up a couple and want to show them off. So BigRed is playing the Imperials and I'm playing the Rebels, so we'll go over the list real fast. BigRed, why don't you walk us through your list over here?
Sure thing. We are testing out the new Wave 5 ships, and I am an Imperial player through and through. So we're starting off with testing out the new Decimator right there.
Pretty cool.
The VT-49. So I am using Captain. I have no idea how that name is pronounced.
Akuin? Oh,
there we go.
Akuin.
Akuin. He is the guy who he messes you up when he rams you. So he's the ram guy. So we're running him with Mara Jade on board. She, at the end of any combat phase, every enemy ship at range 1 that does not have a stress token receives a stress token. So he's going to be in there mixing it up, trying to ram people.
Got it.
Point blank. So we figure if he's close enough to ram, Mara's probably close enough to cause stress also. He's also running Expose, which is, if I want to, I can choose to reduce my agility by 1 to increase my weapons power by 1, which is awesome because his agility is 0.
So it's not really going to hurt you anyway.
Yeah, I'm loving that one. So
that's cool.
We're going to see how that works. And then running alongside him, have my little dirty duo over here, Karnar Jax and an Alpha Squadron Interceptor with stealth devices.
Ooh, stealthy. Cool, running the advanced ties. So let me go over to my board edge here and we'll take a look at what I'm running. So I am running the new YT-2400 right there, piloted by none other than Dash Rendar from the video games. He's loaded up here. I actually took the Outrider card, which is a special ship that lets me have a heavy weapon or an upgrade slot. That's basically, you can't perform any primary attacks with it, but you can perform secondary weapon attacks against ships outside your firing arc. So it becomes 360, which is really nice with the heavy laser cannon here, which is range man 2 or 3, but it's 4 attack dice. I have a mercenary co-pilot and a predator, which makes you
really nasty against really low pilots.
Yeah, so he picks on the little guys basically. So we'll see about that. Over here, the wingmen that I'm running are literally wingmen. They're Red Squadron pilots and X-Wings. There's 2 of them, and they each have wingman, which at the start of my combat phase, I can remove 1 stress token from another friendly ship at range band 1. So I don't have a lot of ways to generate stress, but now I'm kind of glad because I didn't know BigRed was running Maradrid, so that'll be nice. But yeah, but this is the board that we're playing on until we get our cool fat mats further in the mail. So. But this is basically it. It's 3x3. That's one of the reasons we like X-Wing is because it's small and fast. So we'll get set up and then we'll take it to the top of the turn and go over that. Alrighty folks, we are all dialed in. BigRed just finished up dialing. So this is the top of the first turn. Again, X-Wing, we're going to do all the movement, resolve that. Then we'll do the shooting phase, resolve all that, and come back in between each round and show what happens. So now that we're all dialed in, we're going to do the movement. So just an example, go ahead and BigRed, do your first movement.
All right, Alpha Legion.
Alpha Legion. Whoa, wrong game.
Sorry. Alpha Squadron. We're going to do a 3. We'll take that. And off he goes. He's going to go right here. Put that right there. He's hooking over.
And it's as simple as that, folks.
And
so
he is going to choose to do nothing for his action.
Alright, so, and that's what we're going to do for the rest of the turn. So, we're going to finish our movement and come back before the shooting. Alright, first movement turn, fairly uneventful, pretty much moved up. We are actually in range to shoot each other here, in range band 3, which works out well for me. So we're going to be doing that as well, but overall, this guy moved up 4, this guy did a listing lazily to the left 3 maneuver. These guys all hooked over left, and then the big ship, the Decimator, just rolled straight up forward. So it's like a head-on collision about to happen here, which is going to be awesome. But first up, we're going to shoot each other. So we'll go ahead and do that and come back after we're done for the bottom 1. Okay, so during the combat phase, definitely came out in favor of the Rebels here. I rolled 1 hit and 3 focus, but because I had focus on my ship, I was able to flip all the focus dice to hits. So I had 4 hits, And then because I have the mercenary co-pilot, I was able to flip one of those regular hits to a critical. Didn't matter because I was just hitting shields. The Decimator has 4 shields, which are now gone. So go Rebels.
And the Decimator's return fire got 2 hits, and Dash
did his thing.
Avoided.
He did. He is Dash Rendar. There you go. So we are moving on to turn 2. It is now the movement phase. We're going to dial in, and we'll come back after we're done. All right, movement is done. The activation phase. So what we did is start over here. The that tie advanced there.
He did a 390-degree turn.
So he's right there.
And then focused.
Yep, my 2 X-wings. This one moved up to another 4, and he focused. This guy actually flew a 3 maneuver, the 3 bank, and went right over that asteroid. So he doesn't get his action. He did take a hit, so I lost a shield. It happens, and that's where he's at. And then Dash went. Or sorry, the Decimator moved up with a 1 action, 1 speed, and then he used the exposed card, which lowers his agility, which is 0, so he doesn't care anyway, and gives him +1 damage. So now he's rolling an extra
4 attack dice.
4 attack dice. And Dash over here, he went with another bank as well. I actually cleared the Decimator. We almost clipped.
Yeah, you avoided a collision by like a millimeter.
It was pretty awesome.
It was pretty crazy.
But then I landed on that asteroid, and Dash's ability says that you may ignore obstacles during the activation phase and when performing actions. So instead of staying on top of the asteroid, Dash did a barrel roll off of the asteroid, so now I can shoot.
He's such a jerk.
He is kind of a jerk. Good job, Dash. Good job. So we're going to go to the shooting phase for turn 2, and we'll see what happens here. Oh, we forgot that Rebel.
Carnor Jax also did a 3 bank and ended up here, and then he decided to go ahead and boost to try to get within range band 2, because I figure that this is one of the few chances I actually have a clear shot on
Put the hurt on Dash.
On Dash when he barrel rolled, so he doesn't have any of he's not focused or so I might have a decent chance of landing some damage on him.
Right on. So let's roll those dice and see what happens. We'll be back after that. Turn 2 is definitely the turn of the Empire striking back. So, walk you through the phase. Kenner Jax over here shot at Dash and did 1 point of damage. Nothing too crazy. Then the Dash fired back at him. He does have a stealth device, and it was range man 2, so he got 4 total dice. I shot, whiffed because of the defense dice, just crazy evades. Over here, the Decimator fired back at Dash and did 4 hits. There's actually 2 crits, 2 hits. And Dash whiffed all of his defense rolls, evade rolls. So I lost all 5 of his shields in 1 turn. So goodbye shields. Now Dash is flying naked. Over here, I fired back. This shot first, nothing again. Shooting at
5 evade.
5 evade dice. So it was very, very unlikely, but I had to try. It was the only shot I had. This X-Wing fired into Decimator and actually managed to do 2 points of damage. So it only had 1 evade die because we were firing through the asteroid. So pretty good odds, and I happened to put two more damage on him. So we are going to go to turn 3 with the activation phase, which is movement, and we'll come back once we're all dialed in. All right, BoLS fans, this was kind of a wacky turn, so I'm going to go through it step by step because some weird stuff happened, but it kind of panned out. So we'll start with the rookie pilot here.
We did 90-degree bank. A bank 2 ended up here, focused. I was assuming that Dash was going to end up somewhere. If you remember, he was here. I thought he was going to basically end up somewhere around this rock over here. So I kind of guessed right. So he's in a good shot.
Yeah,
he's in a good space.
And that was the only pilot that did what he was supposed to do, or what we thought he was going to do correctly.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of changed up.
So it turns out that skill level 1 Alpha Squadron pilot, he's the smart one on the table.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
So next up was Captain our 4s. Yep, Cap.
He did a 90-degree bank 2, which I thought, once again, the big ships have really big bases. And I did not avoid the asteroid, as you can see.
You didn't take any damage.
Didn't take any damage, but I ended up there, and now I can
Now he has no actions, so he moved first. He has no actions, took no damage, and he can't shoot.
So I'm sad.
However, my 4 pilot went, which was my X-Wing, and he was going forward a 1. So he went forward 1 and bumped, and now I can't shoot him.
And
I lost my action because it didn't complete the move.
You also flew through an asteroid.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing too.
Yeah, it was
so.
That too.
Yeah. He didn't. He flew into the asteroid.
The other part of the Abbott and Costello X-Wing squadron over here right into an asteroid.
Yeah, I did a 2.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Just close.
I did a 2 bank, or 3 bank, something like that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was a listing 1, is what it was. And right on top of the asteroid. I thought I probably should have gone with a 90, but I'm new. I don't know what to do. So and then Dash goes. So Dash, just like he said, I was going to end up right here, but I was actually on top of the asteroid. And again, that's bad, so I used his bank maneuver to actually barrel roll back. So I flipped over this way, and when I did that, I landed right in the path of
Karnor Jax, who was setting up a perfect attack run had he been here, but then he barrel rolled over, and I hit him by like a millimeter.
Yep.
So
there you have it, folks.
My beautiful attack run spoiled.
Haha! Go Dash. However, when in X-Wing, if your bases are touching, you cannot shoot each other. So Dash is okay. Jax is okay.
These two can't fire each other. These two can't fire each other.
The other problem though is I believe we're at range band 1 here from my YT to that advanced tie. So because I have the heavy laser cannon, it is only range band 2 or 3, and I have no primary weapon. So looks like we're firing at the decimator this turn. So, but yeah, good times. So yeah, we'll get to the shooting phase, and we'll come back when that's all done. Okay, so shooting kind of uneventful. Again, the Imperials are totally putting it to the Rebels right now. Basically, Dash fired over here at the decimator. I did like 1 point of damage, I think.
And I evaded.
And he evaded, so nothing. This X-Wing fired at this interceptor, not advanced. Sorry about that.
So let's talk about that for a second.
So I had 3 attack dice. Okay, I'm starting with 3 attack dice.
Which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
And then he had 3
3 base
defense dice.
Because he's an interceptor.
He was at range band 3.
Yep.
He has a stealth device.
And a firing.
And threw a rock.
Threw a rock.
Yeah. So as you can tell, he did not hit.
Yeah,
he did not
whiffed.
Hit. None of those hits actually made it.
This X-Wing on an asteroid can't shoot. Yeah, Jax over here couldn't hit either because he bumped me, so he couldn't fire each other.
But I do have one very important announcement to make to the internet world right now. At the end of the combat phase, each enemy ship that's in range band 1 that does not have a stress token receives a stress token.
Boom.
You've been marjated.
Oh, so he got marjated. And then this is the real story I was getting to here. As you all know, might remember, I took Predator on Dash here to pick on the little guy, and then the little guy was like, "Hey, I don't like that too much." What did he do? He shot him and did 3 damage to Dash for being a bully.
From range band 1.
From range band 1.
Couldn't shoot him back.
Couldn't shoot him back. Thanks a lot. Don't be a bully, kids. Don't be bullies. All right, so we are going to go to turn 4, and we'll dial in and come right back. All right, turn 4 movement, the activation phase. So what happened? We'll start with the rookie pilot here, the TIE Interceptor Alpha Squad.
Did a 90-degree turn right there and focused, assuming that Jax, who was right here, was going to zoom over and do some crazy stuff over in free space.
No.
But he didn't.
Yeah. So we'll get to that in a second. Next up, the
Captain Koenig actually did a 3 90-degree bank, which swung him off the asteroid, didn't take any damage, and he did successfully ram this X-wing, doing a point of damage to it.
Lost a shield.
It lost a shield, and then basically he did a bank. The guy who was stressed did a bank, and this guy moved straight off the rock.
Yep. Took no damage from the asteroids.
So there'll be some firing and stuff over here.
But I did lose actions from the asteroids, so there was that. Over here, Dash decided to go a green 2 forward. I figured, I knew exactly what I was going to ram that X-Wing. I figured he was waiting for me to go here. That's why I was like, I'll bump him, whatever. I can't shoot him anyway because they're too close. And I knew it was going to stop Jax from shooting me because he was probably going to have to fly to me because I'm a big ship. So I use it to my advantage. And now Jax's turn. What happens? He bumps me again.
Bumps me again.
So no shooting.
I have my beautiful cluster 2 in a tight squadron pointed right where there's nobody. Good. Good job for me.
Alright, so it might swing for the Rebels this turn a little bit, but probably not. So we'll go to the shooting phase, and the Decimator can still shoot. So that's going to be bad news for me. Yeah, so we'll go to the shooting phase, turn 4 here, and then come back when we're done. Okay, Rebels strike back. So what happened? Shooting, we'll walk you through real quick. Jax, the first shot, has no shot. Dash is out of range, so he can't shoot anyway. And then over here, the X-Wings moved up. I was able to use the Wingman ability, to remove the stress token, but I'm pretty sure that you can put it right back on him. Mary J me again.
Yeah.
So that's going to go right back on him. But that's how I removed the 1. It's back again. This X-Wing was able to shoot at Jax, and I did 2 damage. 1 was regular, 1 was a crit. Evade dice back, he had 4 dice.
Totally whiffed.
Totally whiffed. And so he took a hit, which made him lose his stealth device, so that's gone now. And he also took a critical, which is engine damage, so now he treats all hard rights and lefts 90 degrees as red maneuvers. So he is hurting. He's got 1 hit point left.
And Captain Nikuin.
Captain Nikuin shot.
And put a point of damage.
And did 1 point. So that the X-Wing number 37 here has no more shields. So he's in the danger zone. Okay, let's go to turn 5, activation and movement. So we'll dial up. So turn 5 activation, it's like suddenly everybody just graduated from the Top Gun fighter school because nobody bumped today. Well, we did have 1 bump, but everybody else like maneuvered out of bumping. So first off, this pilot.
He did 5 K turns. We moved way over here and flipped around, so he's in a good
firing position. Yeah.
Alpha Squadron is in a good position. Captain Nikuin swung around, avoiding all the asteroids, and bumped this guy, which is okay because that stripped his other shield.
He does have that ramming ability, so I lost his shield. These guys moved up, as you can see here. This guy is stressed, but wingman, so this actually goes away now. Start of the combat phase.
Nice.
So that is gone. I'll pick it up in a second. He focused. He moved up and focused. He just moved up. It was sorry, he was straight ahead 3, and he was a gentle turn 3 there. And then Dash moved up.
Pulled off a crazy move.
Crazy move.
And look how close that is.
So he pulled off
a crazy move, barely snuck into this position, and then Karnor did a 2 bank right behind him and landed. Look at that corner right there. No touching.
No touching. So we are all ahead full for guns ablazing. So just again, Dash focused. The X-Wing fighter pilot there, Red Squad pilot.
Jax is focused.
Everybody's focused right there. Clump of focus. So yeah, we'll shoot each other and see what happens. Here we are at the end of the shooting phase. Just got Mara Jaded again from a Koenig and Mara Jade combo there. So what happened? Well, pretty eventful turn. First things first, Jax flew up, as you remember, in the tailpipe, shot Dash up, took him out of the game, blasted him, bad news. The X-Wing pilot with focus fired back, and I got 4 hits, blew Jax out of the water. Awesome. So we're both down a ship now, pretty messy. What happened next? Decimator fires into the weakened number 37 there, X-Wing, and puts 2 more damage on him. Remember, he had no shields at this point.
Down to 1.
So he's down to 1 more hit point and just got Mara Jaded. This X-Wing, they fired at each other and ended up doing nothing. He had 6 defense dice, and I whiffed, and he fired back and also whiffed. So it was close though. I rolled 2 evade. Yeah. Well, I rolled 2 defense dice, and he shot back. Yeah. And yeah. So pretty eventful turn. Lots of bloodshed. It is now turn 6. And it is getting thinner already. So we'll go to the activation and dial in. All right, movement for turn 6. Everybody hit the air brakes, apparently, or space brakes, or whatever you want to call them. My 2 X-Wings just went up 1 forward green maneuvers to get rid of any stress, and also make sure that this tasty tie was in range. And he went up 2 with a green maneuver, and he's evading. So 2 focus here, evade there, and then Decimator moved up 1 as well, and he's also focused. So probably going to lose some ships. Somebody's going to get blown up this turn. I could feel it. So we'll go to the combat phase and find out what happens. End of turn 6 shooting combat phase. Oh man. So as you can see here, I did lose an X-Wing, but I shot first. Both X-Wings actually fired at the TIE Fighter. It didn't roll any focus damage. It was all straight damage, and I managed to get 2 points through some evade and some rolling, basically.
And knocked off the stealth device.
Knocked out the stealth device, which was key.
Barely alive.
Yep, and he is barely hanging in there. He is down to 3 hull points, no shields. He's down to 1 hit point. He's down to 10 hit points. 9, sorry.
Only 9.
Only 9. Only 9 hull. So, yeah. I didn't end up using any focus because I couldn't. I did use focus when I got shot back, but all the shots came in, and that was that. So we are now going to turn 7 activation and get all dialed in. Okay, so it's getting down and dangerous in this corner. What do we have? Basically, the TIE Interceptor there moved up, did the 3K turn. The X-Wing did a 4K turn. So both of them have stress now, as you can see. That's what the stress markers are for. The Decimator flew up with a 1 straight ahead, all ahead full. Well, all ahead, sort of. He did expose for his action. So he's sacrificing his non-existent agility to get +1 damage.
Yeah.
So he's got 4 attack dice now. So come on, Red Squad. So all right, we will go shoot each other and see what happens next. All right, BoLS fans, as you can see, nothing happened. It was a round of evading and shooting, and we just missed each other. So the X-Wing fired at the Interceptor, missed because he rolled an evade die. The Captain Koenig and the Interceptor fired back, and both missed due to some hot evade dice with my 2 dice. I managed to roll 1 evade on each attempt to kill me. So we will now go to turn 8. Wow, 8 turns. Here we go. All right, so super ballsy X-Wing pilot here. After all those evade dice, he's feeling pretty cocky. So what did he do? He went all ahead 1. So and then he focused. The TIE Interceptor moved up and then went to evade.
You just want that Academy, that Alpha Squadron pilot dead.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm just shooting him.
I'm taking you with me, rookie. I'm taking you with me.
I'm gonna try to do some suicide maneuver here or something. I don't know. We're
Captain Koenig did bump, which was an intentional bump because these ships start to get so large that I was worried about trying to make a little pocket here.
Yeah.
That the X-Wing was going to hopefully kind of get stuck inside of without overshooting him and ending up flying off the board. So this guy did 2 ahead, which then he moved 1, which would cause an unintentional bump, which stopped. Yep. So that for this entire turn, Captain Koenig,
he's trying not to pull a Janeway maneuver.
Yeah, his total movement was like 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah. So it was intentional,
so
but his card is for enemies that he rams, not friendly. Yes. So he didn't accidentally blow up his TIE Interceptor, which was what I was hoping. But we checked the card, and that's not how that roll works. But yeah, we'll shoot each other and see what happens. Finally, turn 8. Aww. So what happened? I fired first at the TIE Fighter. I did 2 hits.
2 hits.
With 4 dice, and he had 3 dice in evade. He rolled 3 evades and didn't even have to use his evade token, so just to taunt me, he didn't even pull it. They fired back. Captain Koenig shot, did 3 hits actually with 1 crit. I rolled 2 evade. I was feeling pretty good. But he did do a crit, which was a minor hull breach.
Not that bad.
Not that bad, really. And then the TIE Interceptor, the rookie, was like, you know what? I'm tired of you. Eat some lasers, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this rookie, he's going to have to get upgraded to like those level 3 pilots next turn. I mean, next game. Because he was
all over. I couldn't get rid of him, man. He was just everywhere.
Yeah, that Carnor Jax, he sucked. But Alpha Squadron pilot, this guy he was rocking and rolling the whole game.
Yeah, don't underestimate those crappy pilots because they will kill you. Well, that's another BoLS bat rep for Star Trek or for Star Wars. Excuse me. Yes. So, yeah. Any final thoughts, BigRed?
The Decimator is a lot of fun. It is just a big piece of... It is just a giant super chunk. That it's huge. It's just, you know, there's no evade dice. There's nothing fancy to it. It's just a big, giant kind of space control vessel.
It's got 12 hull.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. And Kyle, I really liked flying Dash Rendar. Sorry, Kyle Katarn's the other guy that I like. Dash is cool.
Dash with his super barrel rolls and and being able to ignore obstacles is super dirty. He's just all over the map.
I really like that. I really like that setup. I love the Outrider with the heavy cannon and the mercenary co-pilot. I also feel like you could run him either along the side of the board or in the backfield and just kind of try to plink away at guys before you even move in there.
What you need to be doing is you need to figure out what part of the board you think the fight's going to be in and put all the asteroids there.
Yes, yes.
Then just fly Dash all the way through there.
He's like, asteroids, whatever. Because he can get out of it. It's great. So if you're new to X-Wing, you should totally check it out. Dash is in stores now. He's great for newbies like me. I liked it a lot. So
that is the YT-1300.
YT-13, and then the Decimator is
the VT-49.
VT-49. So check them out. Lots of fun. That's another X-Wing bat rep here at BoLS. AdamHarry and BigRed signing off. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching, guys.